Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Rose Heart Wisdom. So it's been a while, a long while actually, since I've posted a video, and I thank you, all of you who reached out and held prayers for me and really just were understanding. So we're all in this together, and I really felt called to post this video now because it's important to share with one another. It lifts each other. It lifts up, anybody. If there's just one person who might be going through some difficult challenges right now, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And I don't typically talk about my personal aches and pains. I'm one of those that crawls into the hole, like the rabbit den or the turtle hole, and I just go inward to heal, which is a very common trait. And so I won't ever announce, actually, it's not my style, what exactly the nature is of what I'm dealing with, but I just am very in tune with my body, and I listen in and say, I ask the body, what does this need right now? What is it you're telling me? What is it you're showing me right now through this ache, this pain, this whatever turmoil you're in? Sometime back, it might have been towards the end of the winter or spring, I don't remember. I know I posted a video about, what you might consider if you are having some sort of an issue, like you hammer your finger, for example, or you cut it pretty badly in the kitchen, or you're having migraines. And in my case, just to say, it was a very old, deep pattern of wound that I had been carrying throughout many lifetimes that got activated when we really got into this eclipse corridor. It came on very strongly. It's something I've dealt with before. I know what it is, but this time I was like, I really have to go deep with this to clear it, because it's so highly disruptive in my life. And the pattern, the reason why I'm saying this is, if you look at the patterns that keep repeating in your life, especially around any sort of physical, mental, or emotional pain, quite often they have to do with trauma that's held within the body or in the cellular memory of a certain part of your body, and it gets its energy and it just gets stuck there. I know in my case it had been stuck for lifetimes, and I was able to trace it by looking at the pattern of traumas that I've had in this lifetime, all contained pretty much to one part of my body. And then, of course, in my case too, just because I know how my soul guides me and works with me, the me that is soul, it really got highlighted when I went on a trip, a spiritual trip, and it got brought back up to the surface after I got home. So all that to say, I'm sharing this more than I normally would, because I know that this might help somebody right now. The collective, everybody on earth, we're raising up in consciousness. The collective is awakening, spiritual awakening, and that just means going to higher and higher levels of conscious awareness. Wherever you are, it's a spiral journey upwards. So no matter what you're going through, what may have come to the surface, I've talked to other divine feminines. In fact, I met one this morning, beautiful divine feminine on my walk, who's going through a very rocky time in a personal relationship. Some of you might be experiencing this in many areas of life. This is how they crop up through your work, through your finances, through your physical vitality and well-being, through common relationships, you know, with your family and friends. Things will just rise to the surface. And eclipses are not something to be afraid of. They're something to welcome, because they're really showing, they're giving you an open door. I look at it, it's a portal. You're being invited to go into this portal. And right now, as we are all shifting, that you are very held. There's a lot of support for you in what you're going through, because you're not, this is not isolated. You're in this with the rest of us. So I have deep compassion and love and understanding for any of you who might be going through something very challenging right now. And please know that, you know, the thoughts might come up. How am I going to make it through this? Am I going to make it through this? What's going to happen? You know, your mind wants to grab a hold, especially the fear thoughts, and run with it. And on a spiritual journey of you know, awakening with your consciousness, this is where the opportunity arises for you to just observe. So my mantra as I went through all of this is relax, release, and allow. You have to relax and surrender to what is arising in you. Release the fear-based thoughts and go to, as I like to call it, your upper deck, and just observe. This really takes some training, not the mind, but mastery over the mind. This is where your spiritual, you're going to reach deep down and pull up your spiritual badass pants and boots, strap in and go, you know what? I'm not going to succumb to these fear-based thoughts anymore. I'm going to be the observer. I'm not going to let them claim me and own me. And, you know, honor the emotions that come up. Honor it, whatever it is. Do you need to go out and, you know, kick the sand? Do you want to take a pillow and punch the living foam out of that pillow, or scream into the pillow? Or, you know, some people might go chop wood. In my case, I really couldn't do anything physically. I had to just lay down and surrender and trust that you're being held and guided and supported. That's the allowing part. Allow what comes up. Observe it. Be brave. Release it. Look it dead square in the eye and just go, what are you here to teach me, remind me, show me? What's the truth underneath this? You have to be willing to be brave and courageous and go underneath the pain that's rising. See it rising within you, wherever this is, in whatever area of your life. And just grab it and look it dead square in the eye and go, what are you here to show me? And then that's when you breathe. You got to go into your heart and just relax and breathe. Relax and breathe. Be in nature. Be with the trees. Listen to the birds. Listen to the wind. Listen to the grass. Pet your pet. Soothe yourself, you know. Take your hands down your arms, across your face and your forehead. Okay. I think this is enough for this first video back. And know that I'll be posting a little more regularly. I'm not quite 100%, but I'm certainly feeling well enough to be talking to you and helping anybody through whatever you're going through right now. I'm in your court. I leave you with wisdom from the Rose Heart today, which is this. I trust that whatever is arising for me right now, it's happening for me to remember the truth of who I really am. I am loved, I'm supported, and I'm guided. Much love to you all. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.